Utomi. You're very much welcome to the program today. Like he said, this is an educative program. It's interactive. It's enlightening. It's about the maritime and border. It's about how we can make use of the potentials within the economy to turn Nigeria from where it is now to become what we envision it to be. You are welcome to the program, the Maritime and Border Show, on 90.3 VOP FM.
Yes, last week we did focus a lot on the issue of drug abuse and drug peddlers and drug couriers. And when we were about closing, somebody said something that was quite shocking. They said, all the abokis you see having small stalls, all the people you see having, all these boys you see riding bicycles, delivery boys, and all these bikes they use for delivery. That
That's
almost
the courier
all of them,
guys.
yes, they're all peddling drugs. And it was so painful and sad. And I remember I said, and I'll keep saying it, that the problem we're having today is because families or family values have broken down. Parents are not, doing as much as they should do.
Yeah.
We have our guest, Dr. Alpha Engineer Mustafa. You're welcome.
Dr. Aziz Abayemi
Dr. Aziz,
Mustafa.
Today we're going to have a news setup. When we read the news, we'd like you to join in on the conversation.
Yeah.
So that you don't the cold. This place is too cold. We don't want you catching cold.
Okay.
So we want you to be part of it. So we're going to start off.
Yeah. Issues that made the news within the week.
Yeah, Nigerian Customs to roll out paperless clearance by second quarter as the CG launches one-stop shop platform in Lagos. The Nigerian Customs Service has announced that it will commence the rollout of a fully paperless customs clearance system by the end of the second quarter of 2026 as part of sweeping reforms aimed at accelerating cargo processing and eliminating bureaucratic bottlenecks at the nation's borders. Controller General of Customs Bashir Adewale Adeniyi made the disclosure on Thursday at the launch of the NCS One-Stop Shop OSS platform. Stakeholders engagement held at Marriott Hotel in Lagos. Addressing stakeholders, industry operators, and government partners, Adeniyi described the paperless transition as a critical milestone in the service's broader institutional reforms. As part of this broader transformation, the service is advancing toward a fully paperless customs environment. I am pleased to inform stakeholders that the first phase of this transition, covering core clearance, documentation, and approval processes, is scheduled for rollout by the end of the second quarter of this year. He explained that the digital shift would further reduce physical interfaces, enhance data integrity, improve processing speed, and strengthen audit controls. The announcement came alongside the formal engagement on the NCS One-Stop Shop initiative, a streamlined cargo clearance framework designed to eliminate redundant checks, collapse multiple intervention points, and centralize risk management processes. The One-Stop Shop framework is designed to centralize all risk interventions at the area command level into the query and amendment Q&A process, bringing together valuation, Customs Processing Center, CPC, intelligence, enforcement, and compliance units into a unified physical and digital workshop. The OSS platform aims to significantly cut cargo dwell time and meet a 48-hour clearance target, a marked improvement from the current average dwell time of 21 days. Within this integrated framework, the platform is deliberate shift from fragmented interventions to coordinated governance, from discretion to data, and from isolated actions to collective responsibility. You know, I would say that I'm one of those who believe in this OSS. Um, Even though we would say along the line there might likely be glitches, but I believe that it's something we need. We need to begin to clear goods within time. 48 hours, it makes a lot of sense. Demurrage and all of that will no longer apply. So I think it's a welcome development.
Sure. The 21 days current cargo dwell time period, like you said, it's a no-no. It's one of the longest for most of the countries considered within Africa. I think in West Africa we have the longest cargo dwell time of average of 21 days. In Ghana, I think it's about 14 or 15 days. The best we can boast of in Nigeria here is having a cargo dwell time of about 16 days at the newly
It's 21 days, and nothing like 15 days.
No, I'm talking about Lekki.
No, it's 21. Let us say it as it is.
No, this is the average.
Days. Officially.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's 21 days.
Yeah, okay.
You
Okay,
understand?
okay, give it to you. So we need to improve. We need, that's the bottom line. We need to really, really improve because...
You know, it is a very good development. You understand? Just like you said, it is best global practice. For example, let's see a country like Dubai. It's within 2 hours.
Okay.
Within 2 hours. Now, I have an experience sometimes with our partner in Singapore. I'm talking about air freight right now.
Okay.
We send an air freight to our partner in Singapore. Do you know, before the flight arrive in Singapore, the cargo has already been cleared?
Oh, yeah?
Before arrival of the aircraft to the Singapore,
Okay.
because they have the information ahead. So immediately the flight arrive with the cargo, within 2 hours, the cargo is out and delivered to the consignee. How I wish we have that in Nigeria someday.
Well, I don't think for now it may work because we are still, our orientation is still about having a human touch, as in that's a human interface. Until everything becomes completely automated, we're still going to be grappling with this kind of issue.
But the OSS is
Did
the
you
way
know my
forward.
fear? Did you know my fear? My only fear I have is that it's a good initiative because the Controller General of Custom is
A very innovative somebody. Yeah.
And from the counterpart in the world, he know how it's being run.
Yeah.
Then he borrow from there. Let us practice.
Domesticate it.
You as a chairman of World Custom Organization,
Yeah.
in your own country, it takes 21 days. Why the people you share with, they have 5, 6, 10 days. So what does it tell?
Yeah.
So you are not practicing what you preach. Then you bring it home. Let us do it 48 hours. It can be achievable. But like I said, the only fear I'm having is the operator, the shipping line, and the terminal operator.
Okay.
Because you are cutting them off
Okay.
by their demurrage charges.
Yeah. The extra place.
No,
No,
Maybe
no,
extra-
you've raised a
But that's illegal.
No, you've raised a very pertinent issue.
Yes.
We should not, because of demurrage,
Yeah.
kill something that should work.
Yes.
Listen, no, I'm coming.
I say my fear.
No, I agree. But the thing is this: we need to begin to think Nigeria first.
Exactly.
We need to think Nigeria first.
Yeah,
and we
because
begin to think
before
of
this
other things.
conversation started, he was talking about, well, that's political. Donald Trump talking about America.
No, but it's the truth.
So
We
we
need
need
yeah.
to start thinking.
We need to
Nigeria
start
first.
thinking in that
You see,
direction.
when we say Nigeria first, the economic regulator, did they think Nigeria first?
Well, it starts with no. Honestly, I understand what you're saying, but it's also you are part of the you're not but you are part of stakeholder.
Of course.
And it is the duty of all of us who are stakeholders to say this is how this thing should be done. We must foist it on the regulators to do the right thing. You cannot say because you need to collect demurrage and you now hold everybody to ransom. I mean, that is something we should not agree.
That is the system we are operating in Nigeria for a decade. But like I said earlier on, I say my fear is, but it's not a fear as well, because they have to stood down to what the custom wants. 48 hours, even 48 hours, it will give them two advantage: turnaround time.
Exactly.
Vessel come,
Exactly.
vessel
Vessel,
left.
The price will come down.
Make
Price will
more
come
money,
down.
yeah.
But however, the mentality we are having.
That's what I said before.
Let's move on.
No, we can't move on. You can't move on because it also brings us back to what's going on between the Shippers Council, the shipping lines, and stakeholders.
Okay.
We're talking about the increases that is holding everybody to ransom. So this is where
That's the topic of the day.
yes, this is where we expect that the regulator must stand their grounds and say Nigeria first. And when you say Nigeria first, it means that we must find a way to ensure that what the Nigerian people want is what the government should be doing, because that's what democracy is.
Of course.
It's about the people. So we need to come to that point where we're saying operators, stakeholders, in industry regulators, this is what the people want. I mean, the CG of Customs, Adewale Adeni, is doing so much.
He has done so
It's-
much
it's- I mean,
for the service.
It's,
He has
it's
done
like
so much.
it's like somebody said to me the other day, this man should continue. And when we talk about people like that, we talk about the former man we had at as DG of NYSC, retired Major General Ibrahim. What's his name? Ibrahim. When that was during the COVID, you saw how NYSC was very vibrant. So we must have people who are round pegs in round holes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But it's very unfortunate that in the kind of the country we are today, the right people don't occupy the right office.
Of course, because they are
of
not
the
good
political will.
politicians.
Of course, we understand. so that
everything
is
about
why
politics, and that's why Nigeria is in this rut.
yeah, we will take one step forward, another 100 steps
10 steps backwards. Well, moving further, Customs announces unified dispute resolution mechanism to tackle trade-related conflicts. The Nigeria Customs Service has firmed up its trade dispute resolution with the introduction of a unified dispute resolution mechanism designed to streamline procedures, reduce delays, and lower the cost of resolving trade-related conflicts. The Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeni, who made this known at the stakeholder engagement with the American Business Council, ABC, in Lagos on Thursday, February 12, 2026, disclosed that dialogue is a critical pillar of modern customs administration. According to him, sustained dialogue has played a key role in resolving long-standing operational challenges between the service and the private sector. He cited a recent resolution of a 7-year classification dispute involving a council member as a clear example of the progress achieved through the consistent engagement. Stakeholder engagement is one of the major pillars of any modern administration. He says, we have realized that when we address issues in a mutually beneficial manner, everybody becomes a winner. Engagement forms part of the Nigeria Customs Service broader strategy to deepen partnerships with international business communities while enhancing trade facilitation and economic growth. In her remarks, the Executive Secretary of the American Business Council, Margaret Olele, commended the NCS for maintaining open communication with the private sector and taking practical steps to address long-standing trade concerns. We are seeing positive outcomes from these engagements, including the resolution of long-standing issues affecting our members. While not every concern can be resolved immediately, sustained dialogue helps balance national interests with the need for an efficient business environment, Olele said. The engagement brought together senior citizens, senior customs officers, executives of American companies, and key industry stakeholders to deliberate on trade facilitation, dispute resolution, regulatory reforms, and policy strategies aimed at improving Nigeria's investment climate. This is another good one. The Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, is trying to reach out, because part of the core mandates of the Nigerian Customs Service is trade facilitation. And here he met with the American Business Council, and they spoke with their executive secretary. ideas were shared, and ways of cooperation and making American business owners to bringing their business into Nigeria were talked about. It continues to play that role as those roles that were given to him to play as a trade facilitator, protecting the national economy, and of course the revenue generation by reaching out to people and using innovative steps in problem solving and in moving the service further.
Yeah, for me, I would say it's a good one, but I keep saying that we must go beyond looking for foreigners, so to say. The Nigerian custom needs to focus on its men and women, its officers, how they relate with stakeholders. The CGC of customs has a wonderful relationship with stakeholders, but that must also go down the line, because there are some custom officers that when you discuss with them, you just get discouraged, Some just feel that because they are wearing uniform, they're on top of the world. So the humility that he brings on board is what I expect that the men and officers of the service should also embolden. It's one way to help grow the system. If those who are following behind are emulating the steps of their leader.
We have a very good country. Absolutely. I have been in the industry for a while now, and just what you said, one man does not make a forest. You understand? So the man CG is trying best in what he can do, and he has cemented his name in the history of Nigerian customs, even Nigeria at large, for what he has done so far. But however, what about the officer that after him? He cannot be everywhere, which is normal. But the people to facilitate the responsibility, majority of them, they are doing nonchalant attitude. Sometimes I keep wondering the young officer we have today in the system, they are not like the one that are going. I could remember about 2 years ago during the CGC conference in Abuja, the chairman House Committee on Custom, Honorable Leke Abejide, appealed to the president that the current manager of custom, they should stay for a while and train the upcoming one. Because right now, the young officers in the system right now, they don't have the vision of what this man is doing. It's another way.
Yes, in as much as one of them.
So he need more to do, because just like I said earlier on, it cannot be everywhere, and it cannot see everywhere. But in as much as every one of them follow the vision, Nigerian custom will be the best in the world.
I think he's doing that. I give him that credit, because I noticed that recently the CACs that have been appointed are mostly from the deputy controller rank.
Yeah.
So he's creating room for the younger ones, except you're dumb and you don't want to learn, but I believe he's creating that room for the younger ones to key into the vision, and they have no reason not to.
And I think that's a step also that's actually paying off, because the DCs are being appointed to several commands, and since they came in, a lot of them have been performing quite impressively.
Yeah, just like I said earlier on, every parent wants his children to grow more than him.
Of course.
Yes, sir. In my life as a maritime practitioner, it is this generation now I'm realizing a young guy, a young man, a young woman of becoming a DC and CC in the very young. But then what we used to have then,
you must be old.
You must be old. you must be old. And kudos to technology that's taking things gradually. So, and I can remember before the port was construction in 2006, 2006, I think it will be 20 years to this year, right?
Yeah, sure.
So the way it used to run then is now different from what we used to have right now. And the issue of AI has come upon, and what is coming up in the nearest future,
we don't know yet.
We don't know. But we have no. So you see, it's showing us. So today we have AI. So every year, things have changed gradually. Then we don't know what is coming up in the next 2 years. So AI might be a past. But today is now, You can't go to the terminal and looking for your container anymore, just like what you used to do
yeah.
20
30
years ago.
Yeah.
So just as at then, you might have more than 200 papers carrying up and down. But today, with 6 paper, you can do you have everything. Now,
Even with your phone.
Yes, now customer come with OSSS, one-stop shop. So one-stop shop, it has to become paperless. But just like I said, my fear is, as custom is going, is the other agency are following suit?
Yeah, other
as
players
well?
within the
As stakeholders.
As stakeholders who have a critical role to play. Just like when custom introduced the Biodogun, the NAFDAC, the NDLA, blah, blah, they are just left behind. Custom are doing what they need to do. But at the end of the day, it creates a very big lacuna.
Yeah, I think we're going to get to that point where we're going to have less people at our seaports, because I think that's where we're heading to.
Of course.
Yeah, when you now have scanning machines and all of that, so it's going to eliminate a lot of people from even getting close to the container, and that will give us more men to go up north and fight the insurgents and terrorism. I just by the way. Nigerian Customs Service intercepts 25 kilograms of cocaine at Seme border, hands over same to NDLEA. The Nigerian Customs Service has made a significant breakthrough in the fight against drug trafficking, intercepting 25 kilograms of suspected cocaine at the Seme border. The operation, carried out by officers of the Seme Area Command, resulted in the arrest of one suspect and the seizure of a Toyota Highlander vehicle used as a means of conveyance or transport of the illicit drugs. According to CGC Adewale Adeniyi, the interception was made on Tuesday, February 10, 2026, at approximately 3 a.m. along the Badagry-Seme axis. The CGC commended the officers involved for their professionalism and commitment to duty. In his words, "I commend the professionalism, alertness, and unwavering commitment displayed by our officers in this operation." End of quote. The seizure is a testament to the NCSC's resolve to safeguard Nigeria's borders and protect society from the scourge of narcotic trafficking. The service has been working closely with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, to combat drug trafficking, and this latest success is a result of their collaborative efforts. Kudos. Like I said last week,
That's a small this in there, correction to be made there. It's the CAC. That's Wale Adenuga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it's a good step. What the customs is doing, what the NDA is doing, and I keep asking this question, and this question nobody's giving me an answer. These people who are bringing in these drugs, what is their mindset? I mean, has Nigeria turned into a country where everything has to do with money, get rich quick? I remember I was in last 2 weeks or last 2 episodes, a man was arrested, and the man said, "Oh, I am carrying." A 60-something-year-old man was arrested, and he said, "Oh, I did it because I want to use the money to finish my house in the village." And I mean, that was the most lame excuse anybody can give.
Excuse one can give.
So I don't know. I don't know where we're headed to with drugs and ammunition.
You see, well, part of the problem is that we keep getting these things, seizing these items without seizing the people that are into it. And most of the time when we do, it's the foot soldiers are being held. What about the real barons, the people behind the scene? We are not holding enough, we are not arresting enough people and then using them as deterrents for those who may want to engage in such illegal trade. Although I still continue to commend the Nigerian Customs Service for discovering most of these things, because it's becoming almost a daily thing now that you seize drugs here and there at almost all the commands at every cross of the border. It's ridiculous. Nigeria is now becoming a country where drugs come in every day.
It's very unfortunate. And one of the things that's happened, you have said it, that quick rich syndrome. Then when you look at about the quick rich syndrome, what led to this is society. You know, it's very unfortunate that you will see a young boy of 18 or 20 years want to wake up one day and say, want to buy Rolls Royce. What do you want to do with Rolls Royce? He said, whatever the case may be, is going to have Rolls Royce because the society have allowed everything. You know, it is these days that people don't question your income. Exactly. They don't question your wealth. Get it at anyhow. And I could remember when I was still very young. I'm still very young man. Then anything you have, my father will question you. How did you get it? But it's unfortunately today, even the so-called, I'm so sorry to use this, even the religious body as well. Some these days they don't preach about really. It's about prosperity. Get it anyhow. So all those things lead. It's affecting society.
Yeah, we need to go back to the basics. We need to have parents who are really involved in the lives of the children, who take morality to the next level. We need to have religious institutions that would begin to talk about morality rather than be talking about, healing, talking
financial
about
prosperity.
Yes, because it's alarming.
My brother. My own thinking is this: a lot of people are not supposed to be parents because they have not actually been properly groomed in our society, and that's the truth.
Yeah,
you find out that
some of them are just children in adult clothes.
Yes, the children in adult skin. Because a lot of parents are even fans to their kids, as in their children's fans. I mean, whatever their children do, they hail them. You know, it's ridiculous. Where some places I hear that these so-called Yahoo boys have Yahoo boys mothers as
they started it in Benin.
Is nonsense.
They started it in Benin.
This society, we are throwing the society to the dogs. We should, take the bull by the horn and go back to the basics, like you said. And
Dilly, calm down. You're saying we're getting it wrong. Your politicians are the problem.
No. The smallest unit of a society is the family. What kind of family do they come? Even the politicians you are talking about, family. What kind of families do they come out from?
In my own opinion, I might not blame the politician. Just like what Dilly said, I'm blaming the family where they come from. Everything that's started from home. The orientation matter. If I told my children, please do not steal. Whatever belongs to you, what did not belong to you, do not bring it home. That is what we have then. But today, the society have changed.
No, today it's so bad that even a child at 16 years, 14 years going out. I mean, you have a daughter, 14, 15 years going out, and you hear a mother will say, buy me something when you're coming back. And I'm like, who? Buy you what? You don't even know who she's going out with.
I said it. They have even become fans to their children.
Oh, God.
It's ridiculous. Moving further, Nigerian Customs Commission's classroom block at Kirikiri Correctional Center boosts inmate rehabilitation. The Nigerian Customs Service has commissioned a 4-classroom block at the Kirikiri Medium Correctional Center in Lagos, reaffirming its commitment to social development and inmate rehabilitation. The Controller General of Customs, Adewale Adeni, inaugurated the facility on Wednesday, 11th of February 2026. This project was executed by the Kirikiri Lighter Terminal Command under the Customs Cares Initiative and is aimed at improving access to education for inmates to support their reintegration back into society. Speaking at a ceremony, Adeni said the service will continue to implement people-focused interventions aligned with global development priorities and national policy objectives. According to him, the classroom project also aligns with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed Hope agenda, which seeks to improve living standards and promote sustainable national development. The Customs Boss commended Assistant Controller General of Customs, Joy L. Delduk, for her leadership and dedication in ensuring the successful delivery of the project. The Controller General of Corrections, Sylvester Nwakuche, who was represented by Deputy Controller General Amos Kupan, described the initiative as a significant boost to the Correctional Center's rehabilitation mandate. ACJ Deduk, alongside the Acting Customs Area Controller of the Kirikiri Lighter Terminal, DC Bolaji Adigun, described the project as a symbol of hope, emphasizing that education remains a critical tool for personal transformation and reintegration. Stakeholders at the event commended the Customs Service for extending its impact beyond its statutory responsibilities to promote social development and uphold human dignity. This is also a good one. A department in the customs, which is called the custom cares, they've over the few days commissioned projects within Lagos and outside of Lagos, projects that are in line with the corporate social responsibility. And this one was commissioned at Kirikiri, trying to build rooms for people who are being reintegrated back into society after serving their terms. It's a nice one. There was still another one that happened at
let me finish. I was there.
Okay.
I was there, and I was there. I mean, I was. I'm privy to know about this project from the start. The ACG, who then was the
Joy,
very hardworking lady. She started this project, and I remember the day she invited stakeholders to a meeting, and she was like, "This is what I want to do. I want to be able to give back to the society through this command." And stakeholders bought into it and supported her. And then before she left, I remember I told her once. I said, "Madam, let's talk about this project on our show." She said, "No, I don't want it to be talked about until it is completed." And then when the new CAC came on, Deputy Controller Adiku came on, he took it up head on, and if you go to that building, fully air conditioned,
okay,
I mean, it's something that would make any inmate that is serious to want to go back to school.
Okay.
Yes, because the environment is so conducive for you to read, and you could see all the inmates that were around. They were so jubilating, they were so happy, and I think, for me, this is what your senators, your honorable members should be doing. This is the kind of project that they should be doing as constituency project, because you're doing something that is going to add value and affect the upcoming generation, impact on the people. This is what they should be doing. Not all these ones that are buying wheelbarrow, buying rope,
grinding machine.
No. And you're giving things to people without training them. So I give kudos to the Nigerian Customs, to the CGC, to Madam Joy Eduduk, and to
DC
Adigu. Congratulations.
Kudos to them.
All
Because
right.
they came into the CGC agenda.
Yeah.
That is when you have a good leadership.
All right. MMA Command records impressive revenue of 202.9 billion for 2025. In spite of the general downturn in imports, the Murtala Mohammed Area Command of the Nigerian Customs Service has recorded an impressive revenue of 202.9 billion between January and December 2025, marking a 13% increase compared to the 181.01 billion generated in 2024. This much was made known by Controller G.A. Otunla, Customs Area Controller, who announced that the command achieved 113% of its annual revenue target, attributing the success to improved trader compliance, effective monitoring of import transactions, timely detection of irregularities, and measures to curb revenue leakages. He praised the dedication of officers, collaboration with sister agencies, and the support of compliant traders and licensed custom agents, noting that these factors were key to the command's outstanding performance. Controller Otunla reaffirmed the command's commitment to transparency, accountability, and continuous stakeholders' engagement, aligning with the Nigerian Customs Service mandate to facilitate trade and generate revenue. I mean, 2025, a lot of them surpassed their target. And, but like I keep saying, when you surpass your target and the prices of things are still high, something is wrong somewhere.
Yeah, well, even in the service as a whole surpass the targets that it set for itself.
So we need to balance it.
Yeah, in a whole lot of balancing needs to be done. Doc, you have anything to say about that?
Well, it is a whole lot. When you're talking about the target, sometimes I keep on, because one of the major things set by Nigeria Custom is trade facilitation.
Yeah,
Secure the border.
one of the mandates. Yeah.
Yes, then secure the border. Kudos to what everything that you have done in terms of seizing the drugs, everything. But in terms of revenue, when you now give them a target of revenue, they will go every way to make sure that revenue is being surpassed the way they give there.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, after achieving that,
What's the effect on
what
society?
is the effect in society? Cost of goods and services on the high side.
Okay.
So it's like you are giving the people 5 naira, then you take away 50 naira from them. I am not an economist, but this is how it works, because at the end of the day, it's the people that will still buy the goods and the services,
Exactly.
and they will still buy in high prices because other taxes are there apart from the custom side.
It continues with it pushes the inflationary trend upwards.
Of course, it's within the ecosystem.
All right. Shipyard development and maritime growth. NIMASA reaffirms commitment. The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, has reiterated its commitment to strengthening Nigeria's shipbuilding and shipyard development as part of efforts to deepen the blue economy and curb capital flight. The assurance was given at a stakeholders' breakfast meeting organized by the agency with the theme Dissecting the Issues, Challenges and Prospects in the Shipbuilding Segment, discussing funding models, incentives, and policy support for shipyard groups. The event held at the Nigerian Maritime Resource Development Center, NMRGC, Kirikiri, Lagos. Delivering the welcome address as chairman of the occasion, the Executive Director of Operations, NIMASA, Engineer Fatai Itai Adeyemi, noted that shipbuilding remains a capital-intensive, cyclical, and technically demanding sector that requires deliberate policy and financial interventions to achieve sustainable growth. Shipbuilding is a strategic pillar of Nigeria's maritime and blue economy aspirations. It is capital-intensive, technically demanding, and highly competitive, which is why deliberate funding models, targeted incentives, and consistent policies are critical. NIMASA is working with industry stakeholders to address structural constraints, build local capacity, curb capital flight, and position Nigerian shipyards to compete sustainably while supporting decarbonization, job creation, and our obligations at the International Maritime Organization. Engineer DME explained that global developments such as maritime decarbonization and fuel transition, supply chain fragility, and geopolitical concerns have reshaped the shipbuilding landscape, increasing the demand for strong domestic capacity to support shipping, offshore energy, defense, and other critical maritime assets. Engineer DME identified key challenges facing the sector to include restricted access to capital due to high capital expenditure and cyclical revenues, shortage of skilled manpower, underinvestment in automation and green technologies, insufficient scale to compete globally, as well as policy inconsistency and procurement uncertainty. Overall, stakeholders at the meeting expressed strong support for NIMASA's renewed drive to support shipyard operators and deepen local shipbuilding capacity. Participants agreed on the need for coordinated funding mechanisms, incentives, and policy consistency to address near, medium, and long-term challenges within the sector. This event took place without, I didn't see anywhere mention was made about the CV, the Capital Vehicle Financing Fund. I mean, because that's a key tool to helping the local ship owners acquire ships and then, or maybe build one locally. So it's and this is of course the agency that's in charge of the CVFF. NIMASA, well, they tried so very much last year when they through their efforts were able to get into the category C of the IMO, that's the International Maritime Organization.
That is a lobby now. When you are doing the right thing, you don't have to lobby. And mind you, it's just a 2 years.
Yeah, but we got it after 14 years.
So, no, the category C is 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, we got it after 14 years. Lobby for 14 years.
I am not even bothered about the mechanism.
Yes, I mean.
All I'm bothered about is this. NIMASA keeps going back and forth. NIMASA, I'll say this to the executive secretary of NIMASA, you have not been sincere with Nigerians, especially when it comes to this issue.
That's the
of,
DG, not the
the
secretary.
DG. When it comes to this issue of ships, building ships in Nigeria. See, why am I saying this? There is money that has been kept aside. And this money we hear has run into... Please.
There's still a question mark on whether that money is still very much available.
I know that's where you're coming, but there's money set aside for this project. It's been there for years. Who
is collecting the interest?
Well, the interest. Yes. That is why I said. That is why I said they have not been sincere to Nigerians. How long will it take for this money to be disbursed to those who are willing and ready to move?
And mind you, that money has been there not for this government.
It's
not this present
not this present government. Yeah.
It's been there for years.
For years.
And mind you, that money might not be disbursed after this government as well.
Yeah.
That is the
because the other day they were talking about banks, and I said every time we hear banks have been selected. See, let me say this: if you want to have Nigerians to get involved in the building of ship, and you are saying that they must bring 10% or 20% of what they want, these guys have banks. Why don't the banks guarantee the loan, and then they release the one they have, so that the bank will be the one to now release to the client and be monitoring it? I mean, we cannot continue to depend on offshore ships. We cannot at this age. It's a shame.
Did you know the implication of that? If NIMASA, just like you said, are true to Nigeria, there's a difference between reading or saying something in the paper. Implementation is the key. That is where Nigeria is lacking. The fund has been there for fund has been there for years, yeah. And I'm very sure Nigeria kind of mentality, somewhere collecting interest in that money. It has been there for more than 8 years.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean. So the bank is using that money, for their own interest,
and somebody else is using it also for his own interest.
And that's a large amount of money.
Yes.
Billions of running to about $1 billion.
Yes, and Nigerians are dying every day. If NIMASA really want to do their own job, establish ship repairing, support the local one, manufacturing a vessel, I'm telling you, the cost of freight to Nigeria will be drastically reduced. Mm-hmm. And we have our Sefaria on board Nigerian vessel. Instead of them taking them abroad, abandon them in China or India, maybe you select like 50 of people, take them to India, you abandon them, you can't take care of them. But when we have our own vessel, they will be on the vessel, they will have an experience. The shipping, the cost of freight to Nigeria will be lesser. It will be competitive.
No, I think
but this is a problem. Nobody's looking to that area.
I think there's a problem. We're looking at it now. Now that we're talking about it, this is the same thing we've had with having a national carrier. This is the same issue, where a one-time minister duped 200 million Nigerians with what I would call audio national carrier up till today.
Yes.
No, it's not a laughing matter, Ginny.
Yeah, we also it now.
Up till today, nobody has explained to Nigerians what happened to the airline.
In the local parlance, they say it's bad things that make you laugh. It's yes now.
No, because I feel so bad as a
it's
Nigerian. It's
ridiculous.
That
after a while,
you need to travel from here to Owerri. You will now wait for a private airline, and their tickets are so expensive. But we used to have a national carrier. What happened to it? What is wrong with our government? What is wrong with those who are running this country? Why are they not thinking out of the box?
Because why they are not thinking out of the box is that when they are coming into the power, they are for themselves, and so the interest of the nation is not in their hearts.
Yeah, well, Francis said before, we do things here because of based purely on politics. You use bring a round peg and put in a square hole.
The other thing is
Not
that
using the right set of people to
the
run
other
things.
thing is that government is not for a business. Nothing government doing into a business. You understand me? But you can monitor. You know, it is not easy for a government to manage a national airline, right? But you can partner with a local company. There you monitor, you invest.
No, I want to totally disagree with you.
Do you know what? I
am not saying.
I am going somewhere.
No,
one second.
Okay.
One second.
Let's make it
Let me now tell you. Do your findings. Before Nigeria Airline collapse, Nigeria Airways collapse, it gets to a point that Nigeria Airline have a 2,000 staff managing one aircraft. Can one aircraft sustain the salary of a 2,000 staff? And meanwhile, part of the staffs, we send lower tickets to the common man on the street, killing the airline. So that is what I say. Government has no business in doing business. No, because government will kill it by themselves.
I totally agree with you. What I'm trying to say is that it is the duty of government to create enabling environment for businesses to thrive. I mean, look at all the back and forth with NNPCL, with our refineries. All we're saying is that we want a national carrier managed, owned by the people. Nigerians own it. But we must have consultants that are managing it outside government. That is how it should be.
That is fine. But who appoint them to manage it?
Exactly.
The issue, no.
Did you get my point?
The appointment, sir.
They will still appoint the wrong set of people to manage these businesses.
No, the appointment is not the issue. The appointment is not the issue. You and I, we know that the discos are making so much money.
Excess money.
And we know that government has hand in this discos.
Yes.
But because the discos are not managed directly by government, that's what we're talking about.
Sorry, that's remind me. Do you know what happened last week when Senator was querying NBET, Nigeria Electricity Distribution PLC? Mm-hmm. They were asking them, a budget was passed to you, 858 billion was given to that sectors for that.
Was approved
for them. But the government only released 60 million naira to them.
For last year,
2025, not 2026. 858 billion was approved in the budget for them. Then 60 million was released for them. How did they survive with 60 million naira?
You and I know that they're making more money. Okay. They are ripping the Nigerian people off.
Yes. Now tell me, 858 billion for 2025 budget was given to them. Where is the balance? Who took it? Who control it?
See, it's a problem of
accountability. The money was not released to them.
Yes, well, it was released.
But they survived. And I can tell you that money has been released somewhere without it reaching them.
Yes, 60 million was released to them out of 60 million. After 858 billion.
That's less than 1% or less than 10% of
and throughout 2025 they survived. So how did they do it? They discuss with the discos and this and that. That means they are killing the Nigerians. Because, I said something, we do, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. Look at what Trump is saying. American first. How many of our politicians
will say Nigerian first?
Say, come, Nigerian first. If you go to any country to go and have a bilateral agreement, you think about your people first. Forget my country. Our people come first before any other thing.
That's what you just said. Now.
If they have the kind of a mindset they are having that their family come first by taking the appointment, then they have this same mindset. Nigerian come first, regardless of ethnic background, religious. Nigerian come first. We have a better country. We have a fantastic country.
This thing you just said brought me back to an interview I watched. I think I watched it on social media, where Senator Ojuzo Akalu was being asked, how much do you earn? And I think he said 14 million a month. And then, immediately my ears went up. How much do doctors earn? Mm-hmm. How much do our doctors earn?
Yeah. Because this is the same country in the 70s where a professor earned more than the head of state.
Yes. Well, that is the way it should be.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
So
the
how much,
should earn more
our
than politicians,
if a senator, which most of them just go to the Senate and sleep, Most of them go there to retire because I keep saying it. Most of the former governors who are senators are just milking this country dry because most of them have no legacy to show. They have no legacy. And then you're earning 14 million naira. And a doctor is earning 250,000 naira. And you think this country is going to get better?
When you talk about the 200,000 naira for the doctor, what about the taxes?
All right.
Now,
So let's continue. Custom Cares, CGC commissions Kids Playground built by Western Marine Command. The Controller General of Customs, Dr. Adewale Adeniyi, while on a working visit to Lagos on Wednesday, made a stop to open the Wale Adeniyi Sports Arena, WASA, situated around the general area of the Western Marine Command, Nigerian Customs Service. The event was part of the continuation of a flurry of activities that has seen Dr. Adeniyi over the past few days visit Kebbi State for the official border opening ceremony at the Samiya border and visit to several other commands. The Customs Area Controller of the Western Marine Command, Comptroller Patrick Ntadi, had used the occasion to buttress the performance of the command's core mandate, which is the protection of the national economy through anti-smuggling enforcement. Comptroller Ntadi had said, WASA is a practical expression of our belief that security is not only about enforcement, patrols, and interceptions. It is also about prevention. It is about giving our youths alternatives to crime, restiveness, drug abuse, and other social vices. When we provide safe and positive spaces for recreation, mentorship, and healthy competition, we are investing in peace, stability, and the future of our communities. End of quote. The sports arena is well equipped with facilities for a 5A-side football, basketball, as well as table tennis. The CG, in his remark at the ceremony, told the audience that, and I quote, "Inasmuch as the NCS tries to provide facilities such as the ones being commissioned today for officers, we are also mindful that our host communities also need such facilities. Therefore, it is my pleasure to commission this facility, which is open to the immediate community here." End of quote. The occasion also offered a veritable opportunity for the CG to commission the newly built jetty for the command. Answering a question on border reopening in an interview, the CG had said that 6 years ago, borders were closed. 2 years ago, some were selectively opened, but because of the strategic nature of the Samiya border, we had to open it. On the matter of transit cargoes, he went further to add that what we're doing now is just to discharge our responsibilities as a transit point for cargoes moving from one littoral country through to a landlocked country in accordance with international conventions. Of course, we also know that there are other agent cargoes that are discharged at our ports, with final destination being Niger, Chad, and Cameroon. The way customs is giving back to the society is getting quite interesting. This civil social responsibility, corporate social, yeah,
CSR.
it's becoming quite interesting, and I'm beginning to envy the customs. Yes, I'm beginning to envy the customs, and I wish that other revenue generating agencies would be doing the same, so that money they're generating, the one they're getting from it, we know where it's going to. But then I always say one thing: the CG should also look at the plight of his men and officers. It is one thing to give back to the society, but it's also another thing to ensure that your men and officers earn reasonable salaries.
Yeah.
Well, in that regard, sorry, in that statement you just mentioned, I think the CGC is doing well for its men in that regard, because I happen to be a close associate with Nigerian Customs, and sometimes when we interact, he has a very good word package for them rather. He's doing well for them. So until he left, you will see.
Yeah.
You will see.
Yeah, I think I want to concur with what you just said here. Then. I was actually at this commissioning at Ocean Marine Command, and a whole lot happened there. Of course, this is also under the department called Customs Care, who each command brings out a particular project it wants to do as CSR, and then the department Customs Care is helping supervising it after doing the due diligence. It's quite a very good one. It's a sports facilities of 5-a-side football, basketball, and table tennis, and about 4 teams have been registered from the within a community to be part of those who use these facilities, including their clinics that are inside the command. And it's a very good one for them, where you're trying to give back to the society. It's a very good thing. I hope other agencies and other entities that operate within the country borrow a leaf from the Nigerian Customs Service with the way they are going about their corporate social responsibility. We continue with the events that happen in the course of the week. Sustainable border management extends beyond enforcement. AFENI. The International Colloquium of the 5th edition of the Festival of Art for Economic Development took place at the Mercyland Hotel, Iduroko, Thursday, and it presented the opportunity for further use of art as an economic platform. The festival had the Customs Area Controller of the Ogun 1 Command in attendance, as well as Deputy Mayor Bolade Iriola from Benin Republic, traditional rulers of different border communities from both Nigeria and Benin Republic, officers from different paramilitary agencies from both countries, trainees, as well as the general public. The festival brought together participants who have been trained on both sides of the international divide to use art and craft for the improvement of their economic status. Thus, the theme for this year's edition is rebranding borderline communities through creative empowerment and entrepreneurship. The Customs Area Controller of the Area 1 Command, the Diroko Controller, Deputy Controller O.O. Afeni, used the opportunity to speak about the importance of the festival. He urged every resident within the area to take complete advantage of the opportunity inherent in the programs of the festival. Deputy Controller Otola said in his opening speech that this colloquium reflects our shared understanding that sustainable border management extends beyond enforcement to include cross-border cooperation, economic empowerment, entrepreneurship development within our border communities. The CAC noted that this year's theme aligns with the Nigeria Customs Service commitment towards the support of legitimate trade, encouraging value addition and promoting small-scale enterprises as drivers of economic and border stability. His words: through the empowerment programs and entrepreneurship initiatives embedded in this festival, we see practical pathways to reducing illicit activities, strengthening lawful commerce, and fostering inclusive economic opportunities for our people. This also can be, it's still along the line of CSR. In this time, it's the border communities that are being taken care of here on both sides of the divide. Those within Benin and those in Nigeria. It's a cooperation program that is being carried out by the committee called the Festival of Arts and Economic Development, chaired by an executive secretary from Benin. And I was at the event anyway, so it's provided the opportunity for one to see the kind of things that the customs do apart from that's trying to discourage smuggling, because it's one of their core responsibilities, the fighting of smuggling. And like he said, one of the ways to do it is by educating the people, empowering them by training them to use their skills for gainful employment, and empowering themselves in terms of economically and in every way possible.
Really, I think you are becoming an ajalao. Be like saying they follow custom back to back. All right. Marine and Blue Economy Ministry reaffirms commitment to ethical governance. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, Mrs. Fatima Sugra Mahmood, has again reaffirmed the ministry's commitment to transparency, accountability, and operational efficiency. She indicated this while declaring open the 6th peer review conference of chairpersons and secretaries of anti-corruption and transparency units, ACTUs, of agencies under the ministry. Represented by the Deputy Director, Special Duties, Mrs. Comfort Madichi, she described the Lagos conference as a strategic platform for institutional self-assessment, knowledge exchange, and collaborative action to strengthen the fight against corruption across the sector. In his welcome address, the Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Dr. Dayo Oboriola, represented by the Executive Director, Finance and Administration, Mr. Chudi Ofodili, expressed the agency's pleasure at hosting the 6th edition of the ACTU Peer Review Conference. He highlighted the theme, Advancing Ethical Reforms, Institutionalizing Integrity and Sustained Ethical Governance, noting that it underscores the critical role of ACTUs in driving organizational reforms and preventive anti-corruption strategies. According to him, ethical governance must be deliberate and institutionalized through strengthened internal systems, reinforced accountability mechanisms, and the effective deployment of technology to eliminate leakages and enhance service delivery. Well, the ministry seems to be doing a lot, and it's putting the Nigerian maritime sector in the forefront. You know, it wasn't like this before, but I can say that yes, we've seen a lot of improvement, and we're still going to see more. And the minister is doing quite a lot. I give that to him. He's doing quite a lot, and I think the minister is getting down. These days, you hear a lot about NIMASA. NIMASA has woken up. We also hope that the Nigerian Shippers Council will wake up. I mean, that's our joy.
You know, the implication of people getting more enlightened these days is that the different agencies of government are now being put on their toes. You know, they are waking up to their responsibilities, whether totally or partially. At least they are waking up to their responsibilities, and they are doing the things, some of the things that they are mandated to do, and the public want them to do. This is a peer review of you know, the Conference of Chairpersons and Secretaries of Anti-Corruption and Transparency Units, ACTOS. That's under the agencies of under the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. It's right that we continue to look at things and know, ask ourselves, how do we improve on performance, and how do we deliver on our core mandates? And we continue to do that as a nation. We will get there one day.
All right, this is the Maritime and Border Show, and as you know, other than being interactive, other than being educational, we're going to open our phone lines very soon. But before we do that, you know, I'd like to formally welcome our guest, Dr. Aziz. I'm right?
Dr. Aziz Abayomi Mustafa.
Yes, this is the second time he's coming, but today we want to put him on the spotlight because there has to be a closure to what is going on between the Nigerian Shippers Council, the shipping lines, and
terminal operators and stakeholders.
Yes, there has to be a closure, and we can't have any other person give us more insight, you know, better than Dr. Aziz.
Yeah, actually, before we go on into asking him questions, I actually do have a letter that I need to read out because something is coming up tomorrow. I forgot to tell you about it, Francis. I just remember now because you are talking about it. The letter, one of the terminal operators wrote a letter to um, stakeholders saying that
The
they are
general
also,
public.
yes, the general public saying that they are increasing their services starting from tomorrow, the 16th of February, and maybe for the purpose of for the benefit of the public. Do I read out the letter? Because it has to do with what
We need to know who wrote the letter. We need to know who wrote the letter.
the letter was written by the TICT.
Go ahead.
Okay, that's the
Tinkan.
yes, Tinkan Island Container Terminal
Limited.
Yeah, it's a private
Entity.
entity. Yeah, it says, "Good morning, sir, ma. Good morning, sir, ma. We wish to notify all customers of a forthcoming review of terminal tariff rates, implemented in line with regulatory approvals and operational requirements. With effect from Monday, 16th of February, revised tariff rates will apply at terminals. This review reflects prevailing operational realities and supports our ongoing investments in terminal efficiency, safety, security, and infrastructure upgrades necessary to meet service expectations. To ensure clarity during the implementation period, please note the following billing arrangements. Cargo discharged, imports, and gated in exports on or before 15 February 2026 will continue to attract existing tariff rates. Effective from 16 February 2026, the revised tariff will apply to all newly discharged imports and gated in exports containers. We value your business and appreciate your cooperation as we continue to improve service delivery and operational reliability across the terminal. Yours faithfully, TICT Management." Dr. Abayomi, Mustafa, please, sir. What reaction do you have for this? And of course, the issue that my colleague here.
Let's start with this. At least we're seeing
it's something I just received a while ago, so I.
You received it a while ago?
Yes.
That means you received it today?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have it about 4 days ago or
Okay.
5 days ago.
Okay.
So, I saw it coming, you understand? And according to the letter, they said operational services, then improvement. So is it until you increase your charges before you improve? You see, this is one of the things we talk about in terms of economic regulator, Shippers Council. Anytime you heard a review, it means they want to increase their service charge. Anytime you hear review, they want to increase the service charge. But when you go to their terminal, they have a poor service. And Shippers Council is not looking into that area. What are the steps did you put in place before you can do a review? Right? What are the steps? Everybody was complaining that because of the economic issue, that who bring the policy? Is it not government policy that is affecting everybody? It's government policy. Most of the time, getting a diesel, electricity, everything adjustable. Then they will just write a big grammar to Shippers Council for increment. Then Shippers Council will not even look at it. Will not look at the economy at large. Will not look at the end user. Will not look at the people. The next thing they will do is to give an approval. And hereby, container is still lying down there. Nobody is thinking about it. The empty returns. So, it's very unfortunate, but there is nothing we can do about it.
No,
there is something we can do about it again. So, because if the shipping company and the terminal operator, so they work hand to hand, and they talk to themselves, hey, look, gentlemen, we want to increase our services. Then let's do it collaboratively. I was thinking the Shippers Council, in their own wisdom, should not grant the same to anybody. But how can the Shippers Council granted an increment for the shipping and terminal operator at the same time? Yes, I mean, at the same time. The terminal operator been operating here by Nigeria for something things, why the shipping line is a foreign company, just like we said earlier on that Nigeria don't have a shipping line. That is why they do what they do anyhow. They just believe that, don't worry, that country called Nigeria, whatever we bring to them, they will accept it because they don't have a real people to manage it. That is where we are. You can't just wake up in America and decided you want to bring you something without looking at the people. No, the people come first. So, and this thing is going back to the common man. So, how much is being charged? Apart from that, look at the other costs associated with. When they increase, it's effective tomorrow, the transporter as well will increase their charges.
So, Dr. Aziz, what do you think? Are you are a stakeholder and you are going to be affected by this? What are you going to do about it? Tomorrow, it takes effect. This tomorrow being the 16th of February.
Yes. In fact, you are talking about tomorrow. It is being the system right now. By 12 midnight, the system will automatically change.
Okay, now I have a question. I think when he was reading that letter, I heard something like saying the regulatory agency more like has given them tactical approval.
Yes.
Now I'm asking this in line with what happened with the shipping lines. It's the same language.
Yes.
You know that the only difference is that the shipping line, the regulator came out to announce that of the shipping line, but now the terminal owners, the terminal operator now announcing their own. And I'm asking, is it the same Nigerian Shippers Council?
It's the same.
That people are already trying to tear into bits and pieces for granting shippers the right to increase. Are they the same ones granting terminal operators the right to increase?
Yes, they are the same.
I hope tomorrow
they are the same.
Now Shippers Council will not come out to play ignorant, because that's what they're already doing with the shipping lines. Because they just said, they announced it, and then they are saying, go back and negotiate, go back and discuss with stakeholders. Because
in the first place, if it is when a crisis the stakeholder come out and say no to this, you now tell the stakeholder to go back and negotiate with them. However, stakeholder cannot give an operator with right to for increments for approval. The shipping line and terminal operator will never write to stakeholder. They only write to stakeholder to notify them, just what you read, that Shippers Council have given us approval to increase whatever we want. So be mindful that when you come for your invoice or debit note, the price will not be the same. So now, kindly inform the public.
Why
is the Shippers Council
playing the role of double agent? They're trying to play the devil's advocate.
Yes.
Because in one hand, you give an approval. On the other hand, you're asking the party that's been affected to go and negotiate. So I don't understand. Is it that the Shippers Council do not know what they're doing, or they lack the power to say no to certain things? I remember, I think, when you came here last, we talked about, stakeholders engagement.
Yeah.
And I heard that there was supposed to have been a meeting. Please, from your own perspective, did that meeting hold? And if the meeting held, what was the outcome of that meeting?
Let me start from the economic regulator, which is the Shippers Council. I believe if the terminal operator or the shipping line wrote to them, we are increasing our service due to one reason or the other. So I was thinking the Shippers Council, with their wisdom, supposed to convey a meeting with the stakeholder. Look, the shipping line and terminal operator wrote to us, increment. What is your opinion? Because we are the one that we affect most, because we have to make sure we are lies to our clients, then to the general public. But in Shippers Council, in their own wisdom, whatever come, I just don't want to bring in like a politics into this matter. They are just like what's it called? Senate president has said that whatever the president brings is whatever they will approve. So there is no.
Are you trying to say, by extension, that the shipping lines and the terminal owners are controlling the Nigerian Shippers Council?
It's very obvious. It's very obvious. But mind you, they will defend themselves, which is normal. Everybody can defend himself. But in this regard, did they think about the masses? Capital no. So whatever the shipping line brought to them and terminal brought to them, they will grant it. So why did they grant both the shipping line and the terminal almost same time?
So now,
it's ridiculous.
With all of this, when we keep talking about the prices of things coming down, how will the price of items come down when, people are made to pay from their nose? Because if the shippers increase their rates, the shipping lines increase their own, terminal operators increase their own, how will the price of items come down?
The price of item cannot come down based on the facts existing that is happening. If you now look at it in the last couple of few days now, the dollar rate is coming down, right? Dollar rate is coming down, but the terminal operator and the charges, they are increasing. So one way or the other,
in other words, the dollar will soon go up.
It's go up. Even if it is coming down, just like the professor I'm saying about, in respect of the Dangote refinery, that Dangote refinery is doing well, it will bring out the dollar exchange rate. Fine, it's bringing it down. But what about the other service charges? So if you now combine the two together, you will realize that you pay less dollar, but on the other side, you pay high service. So it will go back to the same. So this is the reason why the price of the product will not come down. Because we are talking about the cost of logistics in between. So just like when the government increase the what's it called, minimum charges, you see some landlord increase the rent.
No, the rent has gone crazy.
In fact, I don't know how people with 70,000 naira will survive.
It's gone crazy.
And
landlords wake up now, they tell you, look, 3-bedroom apartment is 3.5 million. You pay. If you don't want to pay, move out. And I keep saying, these people we have today as leaders, they're not learning. When there was this kind of crisis in Lagos during the time of the late Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, what did he do? He built houses. So people had alternatives. People had alternatives where they could go to. Because the way it is now, the Shippers Council, who is supposed to be the regulator, is making it difficult for people to have alternatives.
Of course. And that is the area where NIMASA will have to come along. So if NIMASA did what they need to do, like I said earlier on, have a Nigerian shipping line, all this mess will not be there. Just like you said.
This has been this is the Maritime and Border Show. We'll be speaking with Alhaji Aziz. We're going to open the phone lines now. Please, when you call, stay away from your radio. Make it snappy. Just go straight to your questions. If you want to make a contribution, just make it as simple as possible. Our phone lines are 0700 903 903 903, 081 717 56338. That's our WhatsApp, 08036929993. These are our phone lines. The phone lines are open. This is still the Maritime and Border Show, and we have with us Dr. Aziz. Doctor, we're still talking about Nigerian Shippers Council. I noticed that in the last 1 month, everybody's been talking about Shippers Council.
Is it in a positive way or the other side?
Well,
in
negative.
Okay, good.
So the question is, what do we, you're a stakeholder. What do we do to help the Shippers Council?
Well, the Shippers Council has a mandate, and they are established by acts that give them the power to regulate the economic regulator. You understand? Especially in the area of maritime, the shipping line, and the terminal operator. But however, in the last couple of 4 years, the leadership of the Shippers Council we are having are not effective. They are not effective in any capacity. I have to keep saying this. You understand? When Shippers Council was still a Shippers Council, when Hassan Bello was a ES of Shippers Council, all the shipping line and terminal operator cannot do what they are doing right now, because this is a man that stand by his words, follow the due process. You can't just come and increase anyhow without put a nice environment a nice working place for the people. But unfortunately, after his tenure of elapsed from and he had left Shepherds Council, everybody that we have since then, they are just dancing around, busybody, just like the current Shepherds Council chairman. It was just Shepherds Council, yes, it was just there taking photo all around. But in terms of implementation, in terms of sanctioning the shipping line, in terms of sanctioning the terminal operator, is zero. He has nothing to offer. It's very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Dilly.
Yeah. Yes, we are talking about various brouhaha happening within the sector over issue of increases. Of course, we talked about the one that happened at FAN the last time you came here. I learned, has that actually been resolved right now?
Yes, it has been resolved, and
the increment from 7 naira per kilogram to 20 naira per kilogram. What is the resolution?
The resolution is they agree on 15 naira per kilogram.
Okay, there's been a middle path now for them.
Yes.
So they have allowed Nagaf and Anaka to remain.
They are still there, yeah.
All all the stations have been allowed back inside.
They have allowed back inside.
Oh.
They were not pushed out initially. It's just saying we are going to demolish this, demolish that. Oh, you are not here to be here. You know, all this buhara. You understand?
Correct.
You see, sometimes I just sit down and look at it. How did we get here? You understand? This same fan, they are making money from every angle, right? They are making money from every angle. Go to okay now. Part of their problem here at the cargo section. The stakeholder, we have a sticker that for you to come in,
okay,
to the terminal, to the park where custom. We have banks are there doing the transaction.
Everybody using the place. You have to buy the sticker.
Yeah, same fan that give you access, you pay for it, access card. They now told you again, for you to park your vehicle, you need to pay another money. Where is it done?
That's double taxation.
Double taxation.
Yeah.
Then every cargo that's coming out, people are paying. So they don't care about everybody because almost all the government agencies is becoming a revenue
generation.
Let's remove some security agencies aspect. We know some that even undergroundly they are doing same. So when you do that, you will lose value.
Can you hold your thoughts, sir? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your name and where you're calling from, sir?
My name is Sunday Uzowu. I'm calling from Elata.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Greet you, Tommy.
Yeah, Chief. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Dr. Aziz, I greet you, sir.
Well done, sir.
Chilaka, please, if I may come in, because I heard it for the first time from you, from this show, that OSS, one stop, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if it will work in the system of India, because why I say so, can customs stop physical examination if this process will go on?
Well, the whole idea is to stop it.
Yeah.
So it's a gradual thing. They're going to do. They're doing a test. They are doing a test run, and if the test run is successful, then they will continue.
Yeah.
Okay. And moreover, customs as a revenue collector, you know, most of the custom officers are more interested in the sample they will collect for somebody's goods than to do the work. Are you aware? See, when you look at Nigeria, you see that. Nigeria, I don't know. These people, are they human beings at all? The corruption in the system is too bad that when you look at Nigeria, nobody can believe that Nigeria can work. Now, to the other side, you said something, Ogachilaka. Somebody paints another country's airline, Nigerian color, and come to here. I mean, Minister of Aviation, and nobody called the man up to today.
That's
local. And there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people. Okay, look at the what is happening to him. And yesterday they will bear him today at the gate. They wait on him again and find another charge put on him. But these people are too corrupt that even nobody will call them. Is that a country? So no problem. We are watching. But what I believe is this: Nigeria cannot work.
Nigeria will work.
It
Thank
will
you,
work.
sir.
Thank you very much.
You may have your disappointments with those who are running the system, but the system will eventually work. Yeah. And it takes you and I get your voters card. Vote somebody you know you can trust. Vote somebody who has a pedigree. Vote somebody who has integrity. That's what you should do as a Nigerian.
Hold on to those thoughts that are positive, that are good for the country, and then act towards it, and then the country will be better.
And I think people keep missing this point. Customs don't demand for samples.
They don't.
So he's mixing it up. It's usually Standard Organization of Nigeria and sometimes NAFDAC that I know demand for samples. So let us always get our facts well when we come on a national radio. Yes, hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, good afternoon. Mr. Igbo. I'm calling from Igbo.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Please, there's something I just want to chip in with, for what somebody that just called now at the end of everything. He said that Nigeria, because he said so many things. I heard what he said, but I just want to chip in there because I heard when you people are there, you say Nigeria cannot work, you say Nigeria will work. Now, my question is this: now, how can Nigeria be work again? Where corruption is everywhere. Can that thing be happen? Be possible? Yeah. Nigeria cannot work because corruption is everywhere.
Well, sir, to answer your question, Nigeria will work first and foremost. But about corruption, there is corruption everywhere in every part of the world, including in Rome, in the Vatican, and in Saudi Arabia, or whatever religion you may think you belong to, and it is practiced anywhere in the world. One thing is this: why ours is this way is this: the mechanism for people being who go against the law, and you slam the book on them and punish them for their wrongdoing. The mechanism is so weak. That's how the system is so weak in the country, and that is what makes it look so much that everyone is getting away with everything, and then we are not moving forward. But we are going to wake up one day, and everybody will say enough is enough. It's just that right now we are sleeping. We have not woken up. But of course, we shall wake up one day, and then we start seeing the positive things we desire within this country.
Obviously.
Okay. But I hope you remember that the Bible let us know that can two work together.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We're not here to talk about the Bible. Please, thank you so much, sir. Yeah. All right. Let's continue. Like I said, for me,
he was sharing his thoughts on what he thinks about what happened at FAN and the resolution.
All right, just hold on one. Today. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
And Tom.
Yeah, Dili Utomi. That's me.
Dili Utomi. Sorry. Yeah. Good afternoon to you, Mr.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where are you calling him from?
This is Martin calling from Mago.
Okay, Martin. Good afternoon.
I appreciate your passion for Nigeria working. I appreciate you are thinking, but if I'm going to analyze a lot of things, but I want to tell you that the pain of Nigeria is in leadership.
It's what?
Leadership.
It's in leadership.
Yeah, a bad leadership. Yes, of course.
That is it. Just like Billy just mentioned that what makes a nation work, they are there but they are weak. All of these things is from the leadership. Look at what your analysis is saying now about shipping Maritime Shippers Council. Increases, arbitrary increases of things. The same thing that covering what is going on in the national level now. everything government come up increases, no consultation, nobody is considering anybody, nobody is considering the masses. They do it arbitrarily and go on. Even when there seems to be dissenting voices, they don't really bother. They go on and implement it. That is what is trickling down to even the maritime and the and allied services you get there. And at the end of the day, it will become a more big burden on the masses because we will finally get to the masses. Just like you said, if we can simply remove religious bigotry, tribal bigotry, and say, no, enough is enough. Let's pick somebody who will help us to revolutionalize Nigeria so that we move forward. That is the only way out. But if we continue the way we are, tribal sentiment, religious sentiment, political affiliation sentiments, and all that, Nigeria is not going anywhere. Except we decided that is the only way Nigeria can go forward.
All right, thank you, sir. I think those in authority should be listening to Nigerians. There cannot be a better society when everybody is saying that it cannot work. It means that the society, the people are giving up. And when people begin to give up, then there's a very, very
it's
big
a danger.
problem.
It will become a dangerous trend because people will be acting desperately.
Yes. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from?
Good afternoon, Prince Chilaka.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name
And
and where you're calling from?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, God bless you people for what you're doing in the study.
Thank you, sir.
Who's on the line, please, and where are you calling him from?
My name is Macaulay from Mapoluku.
All right.
Yeah. You see, the first caller, the second caller, and the third caller still hinge on the same problem. No right thinking Nigeria who wish Nigeria not to succeed or to fail. But you see, the body language of those in authority is suggesting that it will not work. The level of corruption, where do we start working it out? This is the problem. Now, what do that people in authority? How do you start voting the people? But when we make our informed decision to vote the right people in authority, those that are correct with their military and whatever force that will truncate the whole right process of Nigeria. So, just like what people are doing now, are saying now, you have good minds, good intentions, but when it's left for the right people that implement something to implement them, they will truncate you. How do we start? Where do we start? When we say Nigeria is not going to work, it's not that we don't want Nigeria to work, but the industry on the ground tell that Nigeria is not going to work. That's the thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Doctor.
Doc, you're sharing your thoughts as regards the issues at FAN.
Okay, just like I said, FAN issue a sticker access to the terminal.
Yeah.
So when you access to the
that's
terminal,
double charge.
Now they still now have to ask you. You must pay for car parking.
After collecting the access card into the terminal,
you must still pay for car park.
And you pay for the sticker.
You pay for the sticker. It's an annual sticker. You pay annually. So after that, you now go to the terminal. Now, go to the car park. Now it has been sealed off that you must pay before you parking at the cargo section. So then the cargo that comes and go out, you must pay as well. Where is the money going?
Hello, good afternoon. Your name, your name and where you're calling from, please.
Good afternoon. This is Mr. Sandro on the line.
All right, sir.
Yeah, Prince, I called you earlier in the week concerning my refund with Max Line.
And I remember what I said to you. You didn't do what I asked you to do, sir.
But unfortunately, I couldn't make it.
Good.
I had to go to church, Ogun State and all that, and do other things. So
you had your own issues to resolve. I have my own issues to resolve. If you want us to resolve issues with you, we told you come to the studio on a Sunday, drop the information. We need to see what you're talking about. We just don't embark on a war blindly.
Okay. I didn't know you wanted me to come and discuss it with you in the studio, but I didn't know you wanted me to come and drop information concerning
you will come with the information and discuss it. We'll discuss it with you, and thereafter we'll take it up.
Okay, no problem. I'll make that time to come.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
All right.
So, doctor, please. This is what we get. I mean, once you leave here, your phone is on fire, and people think you're a magician. They don't know. We cannot go and take up a fight without having, correct information.
I mean,
lawyers will say you can't build something on nothing. Now you have to have some kind of document to work with.
Yes, what this gentleman just called now talk about, hundreds of people are going through that with the shipping line. Then what is the issue of Shippers Council in this regard? I was expecting the Shippers Council to have a permanent seat in each of the shipping line.
Okay.
So that they can be, or don't even by the time you have a permanent seat, they will compromise. But went there, just like former Shippers Council ES, Azambelu, he will pay all the shipping, all the terminal and shipping line. He will pay them unscheduled visits, unaware.
Okay.
It will just appear. So when they appear, everybody will now, okay, this is what we are doing. Then you come and tell me we are doing this. Sanction will be on them. That's how to go about it. But does this man, what the last caller said, people are going through, even personally, I too, since 2 years, this same mass line. So I have to let it go.
Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Tulaka. My name is calling from Ojibo.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, I am in opinion that said that Nigeria will not work. Why do I say like that? How can a country where everything is in one place, seaport one place, depot one place, you can the cargo, packing everything. Nigeria, I'm not sure this country will work. The way I'm seeing this country, because Nigeria was not even created to work. It was created as a company.
Do you have another country?
Royal Niger Company. Now Nigeria is a business empire.
You have a business. You have a business, sir.
Nigeria cannot work.
No,
Yes.
Sir, do you have a business?
Yes, I have a business.
Is your business working?
My business work, yes.
Why is it working?
It's working because I make it to work.
Thank you.
I will leave that. I don't want Nigeria to work.
That is why we are saying, between you and I, have your voter's card, exercise your rights.
That voter's card is not working, though. It's not working, though. Yeah. That voter's card, listen to me, it's not working.
Foremost, for a place to work, sir, let's look at it critically. For something to work, they say psychologists do have a saying: if you think you can do it, you will, and if you think you cannot do it, of course it becomes. It's also true.
Sorry. This is past election 2023. Everybody come out in mass and voted their right. Voted for the president they want to vote. Which even Mr. President winning in Abuja is not winning Abuja. Even Lagos is been for many years, not win Lagos. How did it happen? Even Erufai says that this man is not win. Actually, says this man is not win. This voter is not working though. I'm telling the truth. It's not working. And I'm not sure if I vote again though. That's why I get all the whole governors. All of them
once you try until
no, these are that deceiving people though. They are deceiving. We deceive ourselves a lot. Nigeria can never work because Nigeria was not created to work. Nigeria is a company. Since they are killing people in this country, have built and said anything. The father of Nigeria, the people that colonize Nigeria, have they said anything? Look at Trump from all the way from this place. So he's intervening. Where Israel is America going to intervene too. I pretend that colonize Nigeria, have they said anything? Because it's their company. They want the company to do all this killing in the Borno state. I remember when the former Abacha's aide, about the man them, he said, do you know what they call Californium? People say California. He said no, Californium. He said that in they say a gram, to 7 million gram in the north, Californium. He said there's how many?
It's mineral. Californium is a mineral. Yeah.
Yes. I remember. He said there's how many gram make 1 kilo. He said talking about 1,000 gram make 1 kilo. Now he said, man said Nigeria don't have anything to be poor in Nigeria. Why our leaders are so wicked? Why our leaders are wicked? We keep on deceiving ourselves. Nigeria can never work.
Thank you, sir. Nigeria will work. Have a nice day, sir. Like I said earlier, people are beginning to get too anxious. Our leaders need to.
Well, yes, they shouldn't allow Nigerians to get to the stage of despondency.
Yeah.
Where everybody now starts thinking that the country will not work because of the ills, the negativity within the society, and the maladministration of this country by the leaders. we should not allow this country to go down that route,
Yeah,
or
I
else
could-
we'll all be in trouble.
Yeah, I remember the last Davos Economic Summit in Switzerland. The vice president made one statement. He said he see no reason why Nigeria should be poor.
Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
This is Baba. Yeah, this is Baba calling from Esheri Oshun.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, these people who are saying Nigeria will not work, I don't understand where they are getting that mindset from. America was built by human beings.
Good.
It was not built by spirit. Okay, they should look at Abia State now. Is Abia, have they not changed? They have changed. So even you go to Edo State now, you see Modokobo is creating so many places in Edo State. So many places are changing.
Even the
had a
Borno
good government-
State where there's Boko Haram, Governor Zulum is doing a lot in Borno State.
That is it. Nigeria will work. If we have a good leader, for Nigeria to work is very easy because we have a lot of money in this country. The problem we are having is that this money, they have been stored by the politicians. The moment we have a good leader, it's very easy for Nigeria to work. Notice that because Nigeria has a good climate, no disaster, not everything about Nigeria is good from God. God bless us so much. So for Nigeria to work is very easy, very, very easy. Nigeria will work. We should have that mindset.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
I don't believe Nigeria cannot work. Nigeria will work.
Concerted effort to make it
Well,
work.
you know, when
Can
everybody
I
has
make
an
some,
one second, everybody has an opinion, and when people say Nigeria will not work, it's now left for the government to go the extra mile to change the mindset of the people.
Prove them wrong.
Exactly. People are not saying it because they hate Nigeria. No, but people are saying it because of the things that they are seeing that is not working for them. You know, we'll take this call before you take the messages. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from. Please, please move away from your radio.
Hello,
Yes.
Christina. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Pascal. I'm calling from Jakande.
Okay.
Please, as people are saying, if our government are going all through this cost, all the ministry NAFDAC, all this technology like that. So for you to go to FOU now, to go and work now. When you use FOU, they will tell you to bring your phone, bring everything about your information. It will just be like you are going to prison. Is it good like that? When you want to enter the office to work, they will say bring your phone, bring everything about you, committee, before you go to custom and work. Is it a prison yard? Is it a correction center? All this is corruption because they are afraid. What they are doing in FOU. Let government go to FOU. Why are they collecting phones for people? The same thing in NAFDAC.
Well, sir, that's FOU. Of course, I know that for sure because I visited for a Federal Operations Unit in Ikeja. It's a standard practice for everybody that goes into the compound. For it
No, but it has a question they're asking, and that question is a question we should ask. Why would people surrender their phones when they're going into government establishment?
You know that is FOU is one of the what they call it now, one of the
Federal operating unit.
yeah, yes, there's a function, there's a particular thing they give to call it. You know, you have what's it called now?
It's not only Dilly, calm down. It's not only FOU. It's becoming very common in almost all government parastatals. Once you want to go in, they tell you to drop your phone. And it's a question. People need to know why. What is so secretive that makes you want people to drop your phone? Except there is something you want to discuss, or except the things you want to discuss are not official. Why would you ask people to drop their phones?
What I wanted to say is that FOU is one of the post-clearance audit entities put in place by the Nigerian Customs
So
Service.
does it mean because it is FOU, people should not go there with their phones?
Well, I go there as a journalist, so they asked me to drop my phone.
The question you will ask is, initially, what take you to the FOU?
Problem.
So if you have done your normal declaration, your duty was paid, you don't have anything to aid, FOU will not just come and arrest you unless if you are smuggling by the border or you bring something contrary to what the government is not doing, then it is the work of the FOU
to impound it. Good. Now the question is,
but you now come and ask, and the reason why the FOU,
they say drop your phone.
So you see, when you say drop your phone, I don't know the reason behind it. Just like what Dilly said, it's a standard procedure. So there's a SOP. If this is what they want, drop your phone.
But Nigerians have a right to know why.
Yes.
That's why people are already asking.
The last time I went to, I visited the DSS office, right, for a meeting with one of the directors. Say, drop your phone. But when the man see me, say, don't worry, come up with your phone. I know you very well. That is because it's a personal discussion. But under normal circumstances, they will ask you to drop your phone. So
because of the fear of recording.
Yeah, for me, yeah. Because I go there as a journalist, they will be afraid that I'll record something. So they have me.
So if you don't have something in your skeleton, there is no point.
All right, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Good afternoon once again. Can you hear me?
Yes, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling in from, please.
I'm Martin, sir, from Agro. I'm calling back.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, the corruption in the system is too much. Like this, you are dropping your phone. Do you remember that after we had that altercation with that military or naval officer at Abuja, either the next day or within the week, there was a memo that was served on the staffs that they will not be coming into the office again with their phone, denying people of their rights and access to information or using the phone, disregarding the fact that these people also have dependents, have other, people that they may want to reach them at any given time. But because of corruption and evil things they feel they are perpetrating, they don't want the world to know, they now subjecting everybody around there to such inhuman treatment. Now, what kind of a system that works like that? Deny people their rights because of your inefficiency and your corrupt tendencies. These things are things that need to be looked into. Right. That is why sometimes you see people say Nigeria is not working or is not going to work. And government allow this kind of thing. From the federal level, from the authority, they allow it. And you feel that that same nation can work like that. My brother, it's difficult.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Let me read a couple of messages that came in. Okay. Well, this first one says here, Dilo Tommy, welcome back. I was away last week. Good job as always. I want to ask, why does the merchant navy impersonate the Nigerian navy in almost everything? Yeah, they are almost useless in major maritime facilitations. I beat one up recent. Can you imagine? Somebody beating a
he said it's impersonation. So
merchant navy.
He beat up the impersonator.
My goodness. Another one. Okay. Okay. This one is. It says, please, people can go to Alabaragwe.
That's not for us.
Okay. This one is not for us.
I think there should be some down, go down, or up. I don't know.
It's up. Okay.
No, that's not for us.
This not,
well, while you're getting it, let me take a call because we have about. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
My name is Adolphus. I'm calling from Ejibo.
Okay, you're welcome, sir.
Your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, somebody said Nigeria is not working, and the only business is working. Isn't a contradiction?
Exactly.
The same environment is business is thriving, and now say the other enclave is not working. Look, I used to disagree with people who say Nigeria is not working. It's working perfectly. It's a gradual process. We'll get there. Other nations pass through what you are going through today. in the area of governance, go to states. Somebody mentioned Abia State. Yes, governor is trying to open their eyes now. Go to other states in the southeast, where I come from, Imo State. 4 federal projects, roads were constructed since after the war. Go there, infrastructure changes, followers, federal institutions are being brought. My central zone, we had 3 federal institutions now. Federal Medical Center, Federal University College in my town. And these are the development. People continue to say what they don't know. Thank you.
All right. The way it works, you're entitled to your opinion. People are also entitled to their own opinion.
Exactly.
Doctor, we're running short of time. Can you just, round up your thoughts?
In which area?
Generally,
especially with
maritime and border shows.
Especially with this brouhaha going on between the Shippers Council, the shippers, and
all right.
terminal
stakeholders.
operators.
So, Shippers Council has a mandate to protect Nigeria, not to protect shipping line, right? And that mandate, they have to fully to make it work for Nigeria, because everything that Shippers Council, their action and inaction, is affecting the whole nation. Take it or leave it. So whatever the case, whatever the thing they are going to do, they should make sure they stick with stakeholder and put Nigerian first, not shipping line. Because at the end of the day, whatever the shipping line make, they convert the naira to dollar and take it out. They are doing their business, so they don't care. So they cannot subject our economy to push and go.
Push and start.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Aziz, it's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you.
We appreciate that each time we call you, you come and share your wealth of experience with us. And we hope that, our listeners who have been following us would continue to abide with the rules, especially stakeholders. There are rules out there for your shipping and all of that. Yes. Abide by them. And then, like I said, if you have an issue, come here on a Sunday. Let's look at what you have. Then we'll decide whether it is something we should be able to handle or not.
Yeah, can I read this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. It says, good afternoon, Prince Francis and Mr. Tommy, and my brother in the studio. Those that are concluding that Nigeria cannot work are not to be blamed. And I fault Prince Chilaka's statement that a person who performs well in government office should be made to go another term. We talk about having a round peg in a round hole. Should be to create and work on a good system that can make the right people in government position to come willingly without fear to partake in the affairs of the governance of Nigeria. He says it's Samuel from Alimosho.
I don't know what you're faulting, because if I read what you've written, you have also taken my position.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I don't know which.
He's buttressing your point.
I don't know what he's faulting. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is that
if somebody performs well in his job, he should be given higher responsibility.
Exactly.
And if you're not good at yours, you should be taken away. Yeah. Yeah, you were saying, of course, this show is all about bringing out those things that are happening within the context of the Nigerian maritime sector and the borders. And we try to enlighten Nigerians, try to educate them, and of course, try to feel their heartbeats with knowing their opinions as things happen. This is the Maritime and Border Show with Dilu Tommy and
Prince Chilaka, and we'll be back here next week Sunday as usual, and we hope to ensure that it's educative, informative, entertaining, and solution solving.
We hope to hear from you again